America first, and we're doing it for you. But even the New York Times, in a major article, big article, and they must hate, probably the writer was fired after he said this, but it said headlines. It said that when it comes to asking for documents from former presidents, the only power that NARA has is to say, pretty please. Quote, asking nicely is about all they can do, and yet they reported me to the Department of Justice for criminal prosecution. They don't even have the right to ask. And if they do ask, they have to be very nice, and I don't have to give it. And yet I'm being prosecuted for this. And this is the New York Times saying it. Nothing like this has ever happened before, and hopefully will never happen again. In other words, whatever documents the president decides to take with him, he has the absolute right to take them. He has the absolute right to keep them, or he can give them back to NARA if he wants. He talks to them like we were doing, and he can do that if he wants. That's the law, and it couldn't be more clear. Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it a great badge of courage. I'm being indicted for you, and I believe the you is more than 200 million people that love our country. They're out there, and they love our country. Exactly 1 year ago today, those justices were the pivotal votes in the Supreme Court's landmark decision ending the constitutional atrocity known as Roe v. Wade. Thank you. Conservatives had been trying for 50 years, exactly 50 years. Amazing that today is the day. I don't know. Did you set this up on purpose? Was that done purposely? This is the day, 1 year. I mean, today is the birthday of that decision. Did you do that? I mean, it wasn't just by a fluke, right? I assume you did. Whether you did or not, this is the birthday, so it was pretty good. And Ralph's birthday, too. That was set up, too. Something strange is going on here. You know what they'll say? It's Trump's fault. It's Trump's fault. But I got it done, and nobody thought it was even a possibility. They've been fighting. Good people, strong people, smart people have been fighting for 50 years, and it never even came close to getting done. I don't believe they've ever even taken a vote. I mean, never even came close. It was something that wasn't going to happen. I got it done. I get a kick out of these candidates and even the other side. Well, I don't know. I think I'm more pro-life. I'm this. And somebody stood up, a woman stood up and said, this guy ended Roe v. Wade. How the hell can you go against him? And I sort of said that myself, actually. But I'm proud to be the most pro-life president in American history.
At this point, Trump is fundamentally making advertisements for Joe Biden. Let's not disregard 70 of Americans. Bolster Roe. It is an issue so forcefully awful for Republicans that they misplaced a choice in Ruby Ruddy, Kansas, and after that, underperforming midterms by a stunning degree, and on the off chance that you're pondering why Republicans would twofold and triple down on an issue that's so disliked, well, presently, you get at why they couple these inauspicious arrangement positions with voter concealment and gerrymanders and by and large decision theft efforts, and so they'll present claims just like the one in Texas seeking to nullify that comes about in 4 other states. They'll attempt to urge the bad habit president to singularly bless Trump the winner of indecision that he misplaced. They'll attempt to get individuals like Jeffrey Clark to require, over his lawyer, Common to rewrite the structure on Trump's sake. They'll have Republicans take over equitable race sheets in spite of the fact that gerrymander states to create it a measurable difficulty that Democrats might ever win. The list goes on, but the reason is clear: they can't win on their thoughts, and so they have no choice but to deceive. So, see, whereas the steady scope of Donald Trump is irritating, there's one still overlining. The more he talks, the more he screws himself. Cruel, let's be genuine. It's not like him doing these revises is making a difference in the individuals who appear up are as of now on board. These energizes are to nourish his ego. He doesn't pick up anything from them, but whereas he picks up nothing, he certainly does harmed himself, like for illustration by viably confessing to his wrongdoings within the quick run-up to his possessed trial, and by telling the American individuals that the Dobbs choice, one of the slightest well-known choices in advanced American history, was all owed completely to him on the off chance that you think that clip won't be played millions more times between presently and November 2024 fair. You hold up and see, so whereas he's certainly not winning over any autonomy out there, I'd contend that he's supplanting that with more than sufficient consideration from prosecutors and voters who bolster women's regenerative flexibility, so on the off chance that he needs to keep talking, be my visitor. Sometime recently, I require a few offer assistance. If you don't mind, subscribe to the channel and do your portion to assist develop the dynamic media environment. I do not do sponsorships or paid advertisements. I won't inquire for cash, but fair subscribing to this channel goes a truly long way, and it makes a difference. Get the message out to more people. The subscribe button